That's really sucky.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't it prompt us? Usually my laptop prompts us when it's going to die. While we wait for people to join, I'm going to delete edits and stuff that I got to do. Because
Okey-dokey.
can you just keep on the chat just to...
Right, I've just got the notification now. I think people are in now.
Okie dokie. You're back. So Jules says, you're back. Random name says, hey, I'm first. Twin says, I don't think I want my SP no more. Kate says, hey, lovelies, all comments and questions have gone. Please put them again. Yeah, so basically the laptop died. Usually it gives us a prompt to say that it's about to die, but this time I literally just did straight up die. And unfortunately, it meant the stream got stuck. So we had to actually delete the old stream. So for any of you that wanted to watch the old stream, unfortunately, it's gone. So again, proving that YouTube sucks ween.
Don't piss off the YouTube gods.
Oh, they can piss off. But yeah, like Katie says, we don't get to see what your messages were. So apologies for that. You're gonna have to put them again. And yeah. Hi Chitra Roy, nice to see you back again. All of you thank you for like sticking around and putting up with that bull crap. Twin, why don't you want your SP anymore? Obviously it's fine if you don't think you want them anymore, then that's up to you, but just have you experienced a shift? What's all that about? And Matthew Horror's worst nightmare says, guess who's back? My worst nightmare apparently. But yeah. But unfortunately, I do have a client at 8:30, which means this live stream is only going to be like another 45 minutes or 40 minutes or so. Just because I'm going to obviously want to just chill a bit before my last client. And yeah, like I said, unfortunately, all of our video is gone. So you won't be able to watch any of what we said before, which is a shame, really. Yeah. Slizer Fox says, could it be that my SP is trying to fight against the pull or struggling to go with it during that? No, in my opinion, it doesn't work like that. You are the upper power of your reality. The only things that will be stopping them from coming in is your thoughts and assumptions and stuff like that. Basically the self-concept that you live by will be what is causing them to not come in yet. It's just a case of embodying the state and aligning with it. It will happen. You just got to stay living from the end. They can't reject you. Matthew Horror's worst notice is, damn, it's a shame. I wanted my grand entrance to be epic, and here you are. Slizer Fox says, thank you. You're absolutely welcome. Hopefully it will help you out. Oh, my back is killing me.
Yeah, we missed like, I think there was a good
chunk, a huge chunk
of comments and questions that, yeah, basically are gone. Hello again. Hi.
Slizer Fox says, I've seen movement and I try to stay as persistent as possible. That's good. It starts a small movement sometimes and then it just builds and builds and builds. So just keep at it. Just keep focusing on what it is that you want. And then Roy says, hello again. Hello. Hello. I'm really hungry now.
Are you? Yeah. Do you want a waffle?
We went to Nando's today. That was nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Chitra, I can't say your name. I really struggle. Chitra Roy says, I already told my mother that me and my SP is going to be married in 2025. That's cool. You better invite me to your wedding. Not Katie. Unsubscribe, blocked, unfollow, removed, reported, broken. Oh. Matt put thumbs up with our little emojis. By the way, if you want like custom emojis, custom badges and everything, join the membership that is on the YouTube homepage.
We're gonna we can actually make some more now. So
yeah.
Which one should we make?
Yeah, if you're going
should there be more of our faces? Or should we actually make like actual emojis?
Yeah, and the more people that we have in the Discord and everything, having chits and chats and stuff, the more like community based it will be around. It's quite good now. We get the odd question here and there, and I'll like pop in and just ask who's who. On there's stuff like daily affirmations, which I think I need to put today's one on, actually. I don't think I've done that yet today.
And also, you guys should put some in.
Yeah.
You should put your daily affirmation, whatever you're working for that day is just a bit of scripting for you. Pop it in there.
Yeah, exactly. But you get discounted on services if you're part of the membership. You get notified when the videos go live, just in case you haven't got it, just in case YouTube doesn't notify you for whatever reason. You get to put your video requests in. Why am I trying to remember when I have my phone here, or I can literally just tell you. You get social promotions, so you can promote any of your social medias. You can promote your businesses, put channel requests, channel suggestions, video requests, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, join the membership. It's fun. I like it. Okay. Oh, we missed loads. So yeah, random name says, does your SP mirror you when you're manifesting them? For example, if you're healing some limiting beliefs while manifesting them, they're in some way, shape, or form also trying to heal as well. I think, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's as direct as that, because by that standard, obviously, everyone would be living the exact same life. However, I do believe that when you focus on something, the things around you tend to go in a very similar direction. For example, I've recently been focusing on like my career and money and all that kind of stuff. I say both. My other 3 friends have all been doing the same. One of them is doing really well in his sales. He gets like a lot of sales coming in. One of them's always been doing well when it comes to his money. But again, he recently just started a new job that gave him new money. And the other friend has just been promoted in his job as well. All of us earn quite a considerable amount more than the average UK salary wages for our age, which is really coincidental actually, because one of my friends sent that into the group chat today, basically pointing out. And so I've been improving my finances and basically my earnings and everything, and so have they. So I don't think it's as direct as like I'm working on limiting beliefs, therefore Katie's working on limiting beliefs. But I do think that when you focus on something, you start to see more evidence of it elsewhere. So I've been working on my money. Katie's obviously got her own business. All 3 of my friends are doing really well, and just that kind of stuff. So I do believe to some extent, what you focus on, the people around you tend to do the same. Even my mum is doing better when it comes to like the jobs that she's like doing and money that she's earning and stuff. So yeah, I think to some extent, I don't know if it's exact like copy of I'm working on limiting beliefs, so is Katie, but you see what I mean. There is definitely some aspect of it. Ola Reedy has put Katie's face as an emoji. Matthew Horror's Worst Nightmare says, this live streamer here is a huge scam. Yeah, you're right. He's running a big pyramid scheme. Oh, damn it. Now my money's going to go. Pyramid.
Why did we?
I don't know. Addie says there's a Discord group. How do I join that? Please, someone help. On the homepage, I can link it actually. Give me a minute. I've got you. It does cost $2.99 because YouTube wouldn't allow me to make it free. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just put like a reasonable cost on there and just give you guys like a couple more things. You obviously get the badges, the Discord, the emojis, and all that kind of stuff. So it's $2.99 a month in dollars. I don't. Well, obviously that would translate to whatever currency you guys use. Is it $2.99 in dollars or pounds? I can't remember. But
I don't know.
Here is the link for anyone that is interested in joining the membership group. You do also like get a discount on coaching services as well. Obviously, I know not everybody wants coaching services, but it's useful for, it's only 10% discount. So, and that applies for all of the services and stuff. So there's a lot more to it than just the Discord and that. I'm trying to make it as worthwhile for you as possible. And in it, there is a channel suggestion thing, and that channel suggestion can be used for everything, including like the coaching and the Discord thing. My brain just gave up then. But yeah, so if anyone's interested, it is there on the link. Chitra Roy says that'd be not cool without a partner dancing with Bollywood signs. What did you say before? I already told my mother. Oh, that would be not cool without a partner.
Yeah, because you said you're going without me.
Oh yeah, I forget what I say. I'm terrible. It's all right. I'll just find a nice hunky man and I'll just dance with him. And then Roy says, still not timed out, Abanea. Oh yeah, I need to put on a timeout. Addy, you have to be a YouTube member first. Matthew Horrors, that's not Matthew Horrors. I'm just gonna say Abanea. I can't be asked you saying Matthew Horrors' worst nightmare. MHWN will never and then wait, no, I'm not Abbott. Yeah, you got dropped in it. And then Roy says, haha, you just did. And then I'm bugged out, sobbing. Bye. See ya. Addie says, okay, my question previously was, do you visualize a single scene as the end state and dwell in it? Or should I visualize multiple scenes, each of them feel like an end state? Yeah, so I did answer this, but just for the sake of it, in case you missed it, you can visualize multiple scenes if you want to, as long as they all are from the end and don't like contradict each other. You can do a scene where you're getting married, you can do a scene when you're on the honeymoon, you can do a scene of you having an anniversary dinner, like whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. You can have multiple scenes as long as they don't all contradict each other. And you can dwell in one for 3 days, you can dwell in another one for a day, you can dwell in one during the day and then a different one the same night. Doesn't matter, as long as the scenes all imply that you are living from the end of your desire, or that you're experiencing your desire. Doesn't matter how many you have, and it doesn't, and try not to contradict them. And then you also said, and I don't want to confuse my subconscious. What's your take on this? Yeah, that's my answer. Dev says, welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chitra Roy says, I just visualize whatever feels good at a particular moment. Like sometimes I just visualize about the time he actually proposed to me. The other time I visualize something that I want to happen. Yeah. So as long as they don't contradict, you can visualize as many things and whatever you want. So, oh, okay, I really need some suggestion advice. Yeah. So this is the Discord. People put messages in. How have we got more people now that we've come back than we did before? Is it the time? What time is it? 7:30. Yeah, it's probably the time then. Maybe we should just try sticking to 7 as our stream time. The earlier time didn't yield the results we were hoping for. Oh, my back. Hiya! I cried up that booby. Someone's got to say something, because otherwise I'm just going to start beating up Katie just to pass time. Love how Matt shows no remorse. Yeah, I'm ruthless.
Yes.
Dev says, there is a YouTuber named Naya. She says your subconscious can reject thoughts because of old beliefs. Naya, I've seen this person before. They do a lot of videos that contradict their own videos. Like, I like a lot of her content. I don't actively watch her. I like a lot of her content. But there are definitely a lot of contradictions because she says, like, in one of her recent videos, she says that affirmations don't work and it's about the states or something like that, which is true. The state is what manifests and stuff. But then she's also saying there that they can reject it because of old thoughts. So is it states? Is it affirmations? Can it be rejected? What's going on there? But I don't know. That's her, isn't it? Like the thing is I think even the law of attraction people included, they all are basically saying live from the end. You visualize your desire or whatever, and then you just let that be what you want it to be. It's all the extra stuff that creates the problem, which is why Naya will have success with some of her clients. I'll have success with some of my clients. Other people will have success with their clients. Everyone will have success in some way, that's what it is. Abonné says Meanie Matthew. Yep. And then Adnan Roy says, oh no, you had 14 before. Yeah, now I got 22. Eddie said, thanks for this answer. How can I convince myself that my visualization will happen for sure? Dwelling in it will make it more believable for me. I just feel happy dreaming at that moment. Then you haven't got to necessarily convince yourself that it will happen. You've just got to experience it. You just got to dwell in it. You just got to keep replaying it. You don't have to sit there and say, like, because I'm doing this will work. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to do any of that. It is literally just a case of repetition. Try to feel it real. Try to really get into it. You don't have to convince yourself of anything, really. Chitra Roy says, I watch her videos as well. Like I said, she does do some good videos, and she does a lot of what she says is quite valid and everything, and I do agree with a lot of it. But like I said, she does contradict herself sometimes, and we all do it. So it is what it is. Dom C says, this is garbage. Yeah, I know. This is the worst stream I've ever done. I don't know what that's in relation to. Yeah. Random Name says, I like her videos, but I take everything she says with a grain of salt. The thing that I do like about her is that she does incorporate science into it, which if I had the time and a whiteboard, I would do a bit more of that. I do a lot more like in-depth research on how like the mind works and how stuff like that, like cognitive wiring and everything like that. I do a lot more research on it, but I just wouldn't remember. So like for a video, so I'd have to write it down. But she does a lot of the science behind it, which I think is what makes her channel a very good channel to go to, because it helps you give a much deeper, better understanding of science side of everything, which I think is really good. But yeah, I think she's cool. I think she's got a decent channel, but I do think she contradicts herself. Chitra Roy says, honestly, most of the creators say something contradictory to their previous words. What I do is just focus on the words which feels good. Yeah, exactly. You definitely got to like stick to the words that resonate well with you. I've contradicted myself before. I know that for a fact, that there's been times when I've said something and then like in the next video I've gone like, oh well, this, and then someone's gone like, hang on. It happens because we're working with something that we don't fully understand. We just know how to apply it, you know? So, and that's one of the things, a lot of like, I know that if I live in the end, I can bring things in. But then when we come to this channel, people want specific reasons as to why it works like that. And then we try to explain it. And it's like, it's very difficult to explain something we don't fully understand. You can apply it and know how to apply it, but trying to explain it's a lot more difficult to someone that might not understand. Because it's one of those things that you've got to do for yourself to realize how it works and why it works, if that makes sense. So people do contradict themselves a lot. It happens. Dev says, if my conscious mind rejects my affirmations, what to do then? Why do some affirmations don't work? It all depends on the story that you're holding against it. It all depends on how well you're able to let go of the old story, dwell in the new, and basically all of that. I do believe your conscious mind can reject affirmations. So if that's what like the Naya person was saying, then yeah, I agree with her on that. But the subconscious mind kind of just takes what you give it, basically. But why do some affirmations don't work? They all work. It's just what you do aside from the affirmations that matters, because the affirmations aren't what manifests, it's your state. Affirmations are used to get you into states, if that makes sense. So it's not saying the affirmation itself that is working, it's the state that saying the affirmation puts you in. So all affirmations do work. It's just whether or not you are able to stay in that state more dominantly than you're not staying in that state, if that makes sense. Sorry?
I was going to say as well, if you already have that assumption that some of them don't work, you're going to choose which ones don't work. If you sit there thinking actually not all of them work, some of them can't work, and some of them, you will then choose which ones work and what don't work, basically.
Exactly. So yeah, it's all just the repetition is there to continue getting you into the state, so then you can start seeing small pockets of evidence that will then help you build up the assumptions to be able to believe that they work. Which is why I did do a video, like I think it was not my most recent one, maybe the one before or the one before that, which is if you don't believe your affirmations, this is what you should do. I would recommend that video. Adi says, beautiful answers. Thanks, bless you. You're welcome. I can't remember what I said. Random name says, I tried one of her affirmations. I wish my SP the best and they find their divine counterpart and I'll find my divine counterpart. It kind of made me spiral a bit a couple of times. See, that just sounds weird to me. That affirmation in itself basically says like, I hope they go off with someone else because I'm going to go off with someone else as well. I understand the idea of finding the perfect person for you, but your assumptions create. So you create the assumption that the person you're with is the perfect person for you. So why, and that my divine counterpart, divine being the key word, is basically implying that you're not in control of your reality. You're not the operant power if there's a divine counterpart. You see what I mean? This is what I mean by it contradicts itself quite a bit. But I personally believe that you create your soulmate, you create what you want in a person, and you create what you want within yourself. You create a love that is worth sticking around for. There's no such thing as divine counterparts. There are obviously people, there's things that other people might do that you don't like more than other people. Like, for example, if I was to date someone and they really liked punching children, then I probably wouldn't like that as much as someone who didn't like punching children. But
I love the options that come into your head.
Yeah,
I love it.
But I could create like
I'm the one that likes punching. No.
Yeah. I'm scared. That's why you've never seen a kids in the streams. Because yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I believe that you create your perfect person. I don't believe that there's a divine counterpart out there. And I believe that you can get what you want and you are the reason it happens. And saying, I wish my SP the best and they find a divine counterpart is basically saying, I'm not their divine counterpart. You're basically saying that I'm not the one that they're going to find. So how the hell is that ever going to bring them in? I wish you the best. I hope you find someone that's perfect for you. Yeah, but no, imagine saying that to someone. That's what you say in a breakup. I wish you the best, and I hope you find what works for you. That's a breakup affirmation. So this is why I think Naya is a bit of a goofball. But I do like some of the stuff she says. I'm not going to shit on her entirely. But Abraham Hicks. Saka says he is my ex now for a few months. He is with a third party. Today he came back for stuff he left here. I am trying to ignore the 3D, but it's so hard. I think scripting and these things are not. Did you say something else a bit further down? Oh, you say, I'm not. I think that scripting and etc. is like how I feel. I do it. What is best for me? But when I saw him taking these stuff and knowing that he is going there, how am I supposed to ignore the 3D? It's not about ignoring the 3D. It's about accepting it, accepting accountability, and knowing that you created it. You can create the opposite. You don't need to ignore it. Obviously, if you can ignore it and it not affect you, then great. But it's not about ignoring. It's about, okay, this is what I've seen. This is a figment of my old thought process, my old self-concept, my old whatever. This isn't desirable, I know, but this is my end. And then you choose the new end. And you have to do that regularly. It's not just like, okay, this happened, that's cool, I'm gonna choose this. You might have to do it more than a couple of times, 10, 20, 30, who knows? It depends on how long it takes for you to be able to finally embody the idea that this new reality is your new reality, or your current reality, sorry. So it's not about ignoring. It's about accepting and choosing what you want, going back to choosing what you want, doing your scripts, doing your affirmations, your visualizations, whatever it is. It's going, okay, that existed because of old thoughts, but this, my new story, the loving, committed relationship is what exists now. And you got something to say? You were doing all the finger thing like you're about to say something.
I wasn't. I forgot straight away.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so hopefully that helps a little bit.
I was going to say, it's more of a question.
Yeah,
I
sure.
remembered it now. Say, for example, they collected their stuff and off they're going. Could you just choose that they're going somewhere else?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can just say, oh, they're going to their mum's for ever. Like, you can choose the meaning of anything. Your subconscious mind does not have eyes. It only knows what you tell it through thoughts. So if you go, oh, he's got his stuff, but that's because he's going away, doesn't necessarily mean that he is going to wherever you say, but it means that you are not playing the old story of he's going to this person, if that makes sense. You're not telling your subconscious mind he's with this third party. You're telling him that it's somewhere else. So he's still going away, but you're creating the reason that he's going away because he's elsewhere, which then says to your subconscious mind, well,
he's only here for a bit.
Yeah.
And then he's coming back.
Yeah. And then it stops your subconscious mind from going, oh, third party, that's cool. Let me just conjure up some third partiness. You know what I mean? This is, I mentioned this quite a lot in a lot of my earlier videos as well, which I haven't actually mentioned in a while, but it is choosing the meaning. If they ignored your text, why did they ignore your text? Oh, because they're busy, or they're thinking of the perfect thing to say back to me because they love me so much. May not be the truth, but your subconscious mind doesn't know any different. And if you're telling it that, and you're telling it more regularly, and you're giving it a reason to believe that that's the case more than something you don't want, the more you do that, the more that you choose a positive meaning, the more that your subconscious mind is going to be filled with positive affirmations about something, the more that you are dominantly living in the end. So that's a good question, actually. It made me remember to bring that up, which is good. Twin says...
I think that Twin might have sent a message that has not appeared.
Twin sent one in the last live stream saying, at the beginning, saying, I don't think I want my SP anymore. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, why?
But it doesn't flow on. So I don't know if I want, it sounds like they said a story.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
I think we've not missed it.
We haven't missed it. It's not posted.
I don't think your previous message has come through because all we see is, so I don't know if I want her anymore. No explanation above it. So if you want to put that in there somewhere.
Yeah, sorry. That's happened before, actually, last session with someone.
Yeah,
I think it was.
They put it in quite a few times. It was one of the members.
YouTube being a little cunt. Random name says, that's the only thing I really disagree with her. What is the thing that you disagree? The affirmation thing? Or I don't know. But yeah, she's not a bad YouTuber, and I don't have any. She's one of the ones that I don't mind more than others. I mean, I'm not very prestigious. I can't even sit here and say that I'm like the ultimate fucking law of assumption YouTuber. There's probably other people that watch my YouTube channel going, "He fucking talks bollocks," but I say what I think about the other channels. I've gone at Joseph Ally, I've gone at Abraham Hicks, I've gone at other people. I'm like the I'm not gonna sound Eminem, but like I'm like the the diss track rapper of YouTube channels. They're all having their own little fun, making little videos. And I'm here like, fuck that guy.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Solani says, hi, if I affirm for marriage, will contact come? Some coaches say you have to get rid of the belief your SP doesn't feel confident contacting you. I told my SP not to contact me because I was mad. So if you're living in the end, things will happen to get you to that end. That includes contact, potentially. You might even bump into each other and move in the same day. Who knows? But things will be put into place to get you from point A to point B. This is why we say to live in the end so that you get your full desire. If you try to manifest contact, you might get that contact, but there is no guarantee that will go anywhere further unless you then start to live in the end further, which in the end will be you being back together with them or being with them if it's a new person. So you might as well just skip that middle part and put all your focus on being in the end with the relationship and let the contact come as part of it. I did not a single time, not even a single affirmation, I'm pretty sure, did I ever say, Katie's contacted me when I was working on manifesting Katie again. Still happened. You don't need to, because things have to happen to get you to point. It might not even be contact. It might be that you bump into each other, but you don't need to manifest contact. And by manifesting contact, you are basically saying it needs to happen this specific way, which is you messing with the middle. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, because you've popped it in a comment here, you might have a tiny bit of doubt now, sort of thing, that it can't happen unless you have to get rid of the belief. Yeah, so you might have created a little tiny wall for yourself. So one thing that you could do just to give yourself a little bit of peace of mind is just revise that you told them not to contact you.
Oh yeah, that's
just take that little tiny block out, but I wouldn't focus too much on that middle section at all. But I think you might have put a little block in there by wondering whether or not you need to remove it.
Yeah, our conscious minds are the things that creates the block by going, oh, well, there's distance, or oh, well, they've blocked me. We create the reasons why things can't happen. Our subconscious mind just gives us what we tell it. So if we say there's distance, our subconscious mind will be like, oh, I can't have it because of the distance. If we say they've blocked me, our subconscious mind will be like, I can't have it because they blocked me. So by you assuming that what you said about being blocked is what is the reason that they won't ever contact you, like Katie said, you can just revise that, or just go and live in the end and let it happen, because your subconscious mind will take what it is given. So if you tell it, we are in this relationship, it's like, I got to get you there, and gives you that experience. So you haven't got to worry about trying to manifest contact or anything like that. Or it's not a bad idea to remove blocks, because then it does give you the motivation when you start to see evidence of little things, but you don't need to if you don't want to. But I think revision is definitely a good idea. Marco says, so my SP reached out after 2 months of no contact. I got excited and we messaged back and forth on Snapchat. Then it died down. I actually called him a week later. Typing more. Okay. Did you put it? Okay, down here. We spoke and the conversation went well, but now we are back to not really talking. What should I do? Well, what were you doing to get them to reach out? And then honestly, like, be genuinely honest, did you continue that? Or did you focus on them reaching out? Or did you focus on the end? Because this, in my opinion, could either be a case of you focused on them reaching out, you got your manifestation, and that's where it dies, because that is your manifestation. You then need to do the next steps in order to get more. Or you
got so excited over the fact that they contacted you that you were like, just it sort of disappeared out of your brain for a bit.
You basically just said, oh, they've contacted me, this must mean it's happening, and you stopped living in the end. You stopped like embodying the state of this. Or third and final thing, you got so hung up on the fact that they were texting you, and then you potentially got worried at the idea that they wouldn't text you anymore and created that scene through fear. So those are just my opinions based on what you've said. Obviously, they don't have to be true, but they're likely. But yeah, let me know what it was you did, and I might be able to come up with a better solution to what to do going forward. Matt Schwartz says, I don't like her videos. They're too long and she speaks so much. Is that Naya? I'm assuming. Just keep it short and simple. Yeah, sometimes I'll do a video and it's like 12 minutes long and I'm like, oops. But like, I do try to keep a lot of mine shorter, just because it's a lot of effort, like editing as well. Most other of the people, they just do like one long video with no editing whatsoever, whereas I do like sections and they edit it together and stuff. So it takes more effort because I'm there for you guys. And then Roy says, I just stopped binge watching SP videos by different creators. I made a list of stuffs and I'm going to fix myself with that, because I kind of believe that searching how to get them back kind of affirms we still aren't together. I'm assuming that's what you said. We still don't have them. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with watching videos, but if you're actively typing in how to get my ex back because you need to watch another video, then yeah, you are embodying the state of someone that doesn't have their ex back and needs to watch videos in order to do it. So it is, yeah, it's fine to watch them, but it's the state that you're watching them in. Saka says, I think that scripting and etc. is like how I feel I do it. What is best for me? But when I saw him take these stuffs and knowing that he's going there, how am I supposed to ignore it? Oh, sorry, you'd already said that stuff, didn't you? We answered that one. Saloni says, I like your girlfriend's nails. They're nice, aren't they? Very
Thank
pointy.
you.
She has a third little, like, I mean, you got to probably add them, share a bit closer. Like,
for the nails.
Yeah.
No, I don't. They're the wrong color, I think. I don't know. Oh, look, my hands look so strange like this. Ooh, we're gonna do the rest of the stream with my spider hands.
It's my finger crown.
It's a crown.
Saloni says, so I've been affirming I already got the job at company name last week, and how I got a permanent job there, that I am absurdly rich and I can work from anywhere in the world. I can't apply and I get rejected a year ago. Oh,
sorry.
That's right. Oh, there are so many messages. I can't apply and got rejected a year ago. Will it still manifest? Also, is it possible that I can work from anywhere? How do I know if I have to apply again or not? I did before when I started affirming for a few days ago and I got rejected again. Okay, you'll just do it. That's the thing. When you like live from the end with stuff like applying for jobs and stuff, you'll just end up doing it. First off, yes, you absolutely can. I think this is most people we've ever actually had in a stream. First off, yes, you absolutely. Someone left.
Oh, Brenda, it was my wave. Sorry. I retract the wave. I won't do it again.
I bet it was Naya. She came in and was like, I just left.
Oh, no, someone else left. They're back.
But yeah, first off, yes, you can absolutely work anywhere. You just got to make sure that that's your end result. Second off, you'll be like pulled to apply again. And third off, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were in the stream earlier, so I'm going to say it again. When it comes to stuff like that, you want to make sure that that company knows that you are the best possible thing for them. You got to be living from the end of, like, so many people have left. You got to be living from the end of this company knows that I am the best thing for them. So I work for this company and they're so grateful they hired me. They are so happy that I applied for them. They are so grateful for my application. I'm the best employee this company has. This is a company like couldn't possibly be able to do without me. They need me. Now that I'm part of this company, they won't be able to get the same results they do if I was deleted. I don't know. You kind of get what I mean. You kind of just got to make sure that you are like the ultimate employee to them. You see them seeing you as the ultimate employee and that they've given you the job because you're amazing, and it will happen. It will happen. Random Name says, on a positive note, I like her saying that daydreaming also can manifest. If I look back, I got my first crush to reach out, my second crush to reach out despite having a girlfriend. Naughty. And I'm pretty sure that my last crush had a crush on me if I was only aware of the law of assumption in middle school. Yeah, I know. Imagine we'd have all like the fruit snacks and stuff. But yeah, daydreaming it works. It's thinking from the end. Like, I know there are some people that say stuff like, oh, it doesn't work because it's mindless, whatever. But if you are thinking of something from the end, you're still thinking of it from the end. It's better than thinking of it not from the end, you know, like as in like something you don't want. So of course, daydreaming does work. It does help, and it's great. Like, do it, daydream, enjoy the little scenes. Or just by daydreaming too. Dev says, when I affirm, I sound crazy saying it sometimes, but then after I feel calm. Why is that? Because I mean, you only sound crazy to yourself. I mean, obviously, if you affirm, like, I have a Ferrari and you have a Golf, then obviously you're going to sound crazy to the people around you. But you only sound crazy to yourself because you are consciously, like, looking at yourself and going, like, we're affirming this. If you just get past the whole idea that your conscious mind creates that it makes you crazy, then think of manifesting as going online, buying a plane ticket to go abroad. That's it. Your imaginary scene is buying the plane ticket. Going abroad is your desire. It's not crazy to do that. It's not crazy to buy the ticket. So why is it crazy to live in the end of having your desire or affirming it? Or even if it's just bigging yourself up. Like, if I am about to, for example, band practice, on my way there, I'll do some affirmations like, actually, you're a great vocalist. You're a good, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's not crazy to tell myself that I am something, or to tell myself that I'm in like a world-renowned band. That's not crazy because it's a dream of mine. It's a goal of mine. It's something that I absolutely want. Telling myself that so I can feel the relief of having my desire. There's nothing crazy about that. And that's probably why you feel so calm, because you're telling yourself something that you absolutely desire to be true. It's like when, imagine you like had a bill randomly come and you needed to pay it, and then someone says, no, I'll lend you the money. That relief of, I have the money to pay this bill. It's the same sort of thing. I am finally living my desire. It may only be through affirmations, but you are finally living your desire to some extent, because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference other than you've told me that we have this thing. That feels great. So that's probably why. Got a weird little like frog in my throat then.
Do you want a drink?
Yes, please. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Katie and Matthew, how is the subliminal experiment going? Oh,
we have done it again. We did it twice more, did we? Did we have any results directly after that one?
Well, I've had a shit ton of coaching clients since doing it again. I've had about 6 new clients this week, which is actually quite a lot. It's actually quite a lot for me. I don't know if other coaches get more clients than that, like per week. And I mean, if they do, then congrats to them. But yeah, for me, 6 clients within like 3 or 4 days is actually crazy. So yeah, we've definitely had results from it. We haven't done it for the full week like we wanted to, but I think our evidence from it so far proves that you don't need to do it for a full week, because I've had shit ton of clients and stuff. And yeah, so the subliminal stuff's going really well. And you know what? I'm going to take accountability. I always complain about the stream, and today Katie was like, well, maybe if you stop making the assumptions. So I said the stream's doing really well, and we've actually hit the highest numbers. So if you guys need proof of manifestation, there it is. We do live streams, other than the past couple, every Saturday at the same time, and we've never managed to hit this amount of people until Katie was like, stop saying those things. And now that I've said,
why is that my voice?
Because it is. And now that I said the affirmation about the stream doing really well, it's now got our highest numbers. So there you go. There's a mini little success story from us. But yeah, the subliminal thing's doing really well actually. So I would recommend them. I don't know why they work. I don't know what it is, but so far, maybe it's just the belief that they're going to work.
I think it is. I think that it's a placebo effect. I think if you go into it believing this is going to get me exactly what I want, then you get exactly what you want. Because if you just sit there and think, I'm going to get exactly what I want, you get exactly what you want. So I think they're probably placebos. I don't know. They might not be, but that's what I think it is.
That's also my opinion on them.
Yeah. And yeah, because actually when I sit there and put them on, I'm like, this is going to get what I want right now. Let's do it. And then, yeah.
So there you go. There's a little mini success story for you. Ola Ridey. I'm sorry, I think I say your name different every single time. I do apologize.
Ola Ridey. I've said it like that before. Hello, Ola Ridey. Might be actually how it's said.
Yeah, I tried to manifest a phone call text from my cousin months ago. She still hasn't called me to this date. I affirmed and let it go, not the desire. What do you think? So when you say that you affirmed and let it go, did you just literally say like my cousin called me and then that was it, or did you say it like a bunch of times? And let me know, were you looking for it? Because there's like things like this, yeah. Because in my opinion, if you literally just said it a couple of times and then let it go, it might have just been a case of like it just didn't impress, and then that's it. Because like, yeah, sometimes you do have to say. I mean, like I'm no stranger to saying affirmations 1,000 fucking times. Before I got my job, I'm pretty sure I must have said that I worked for my company a good like maybe 500 times a day, just because like it's something that I really wanted. And I was just like, if I keep saying it, then I don't think you need to do it as that much. I think I got a little bit obsessive with it, but like sometimes you do need to say it more than a couple of times, more than a couple of days. It depends on how easily you're able to stay in the state. I was unemployed at the time of that job, so I kept saying, I'm a bum, blah, blah, blah. It's I used to beat myself up quite a lot about it when I was unemployed. And therefore I was just constantly living in the state of being unemployed. So I had to overly affirm in order to feel like I wasn't a bum anymore. So it might just be a case of like your belief of them calling you outweighed, or like your conscious like assumption that they won't call you outweighed the amount that you affirmed.
Also, are you holding on to the reason why they might not phone you?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, are you holding on to the story?
Like, is there like was there a big fallout or something like that? And you're like, oh, well, if I had said that, I wouldn't call them either, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that might be some answers. Random Name says the Slim Shady of the Law of Assumption community. Absolutely. What? Blonde and my nose is pointy. Chitra says, have you ever watched videos of from Law of Attraction Solutions? No, anything that has Law of Attraction in it, I stay far away from. I think I used a tag of Law of Attraction the other day and I wanted to shoot myself. But no, I've never watched a video from Law of Attraction Solutions. Dev says, I like that guy Chitra, but I hate when he talks about vibrations and techniques. Oh, I see. Because of the way that it was phrased, I thought you were saying you hate that guy Chitra, and I was like, a fucking beef going on in my thingy. But yeah, I don't like the vibrations side of things. Saloni says, same contact question about marriage. So even if we're long distance in different countries, what that coach scared me because I definitely did tell. Do I have to revise it? What would I affirm? I've never told him to contact me. He also said after a certain time, what are the odds of getting back? So I've been affirming he doesn't believe in giving up. Okay, I accidentally skipped. There's loads from you. Let me just answer your ones in sections because there's like a hell of a lot that you put through. So yeah, you can manifest them back if it's long distance. You can manifest them back if it's in different countries. Things will make it happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, I don't know, like they may just have the thought that they want to come home or like move to like closer to you, or like you guys have a long distance thing for a bit and then you move. Like anything can happen. This is why we say not to mess with the middle, because if you're messing with the middle of, oh, I want to be with my person in this country, in my town, you're making it so that one specific thing has to happen. And then if that thing doesn't happen, then you start to consciously look at it and say, well, where is it? And that's what creates problems. Whereas if you're just open to the idea, if you're literally just saying, I'm in this loving, passionate, joyous, committed relationship with a specific person, you are opening up to, I could fly there, they could fly here, we could meet in the middle, we could have a long distance thing, we could go to the moon together, we could be the people they send to Mars. Like, that anything is an option, so that's why I always say to just stop messing with the middle. But absolutely, you can still have them through distance or anything like that. If a coach puts a limiting belief on you, then like that. So as a coach, as someone who does coach people, I will say stuff like, I think you shouldn't because of the way that you're, like the state that I see you in. But if someone says you can't have that because of this, don't listen to them. Don't let them tell you can't have something because of a circumstance. Only ever listen to a coach that says you can't have something if they are basing it on how they think you are, the state that you're in, because your state is what's going to manifest, and you can't have something that you aren't going to like embody the state of already having. We get what we are, not what we want. So if they say you can't have them because they're in a different country, doesn't matter. If they say you can't have them because, I don't know, they're broke, doesn't matter. But if they say, I don't think you can have them at this current moment in time because of the state you're embodying, take that on vice and board. And I'll get to your other things later because there's loads of comments in between, and we do have to end the stream fairly shortly soon. Fairly short, you know what I mean. Chitra Roy, yeah. Dev says Saloni, it doesn't matter. Yeah, absolutely. Chitra Roy says, I really get pissed looking at one of his videos today, as he was saying that you need to focus on the love, and if your SP is your soulmate and divine love, he will be with you. Yeah, that's again just another like limiting belief. He's basically just saying this person is going to be with you if the universe says so. You can't. The law of attraction believes that stuff. That's what they wrote, because they believe that you can attract it in, not that you can get what you desire, which is why they do have those limiting beliefs. That's why, as a law of assumption community and like YouTuber, that's why I have such a distaste towards these people, because all they basically say is you can have what you want as long as the universe says it's fine. And it's basically like giving someone like a carrot on a stick and then just reeling it in everywhere. And then it's such a cheap cop out as well. If clients go to another coaching, it's like, oh, well, why is it not here yet? Oh, maybe the universe doesn't want you to have it. That's such a cheap cop out, other than just you're a fucking shit coach. I've had good success with some of my people. I've actually had people where like have been difficult to work with. It happens. But using something like that as a cop out for why they haven't got something, it's just a cop out. Oh, the universe doesn't want you to have it, therefore you're not allowed it. Shut up. Like, stop taking people's hopes away from them. Dev says you can still get what you want. Exactly, Chitra. Saloni says, do I have to revise it? What would I affirm? I never told him not to contact me. He also said after a certain time, what are the odds of getting back together?
I think that you should just affirm that there is nothing stopping you being together.
Absolutely.
And nothing else. Stop like picking little tiny, because the more attention you give to those little tiny details, the more they're going to matter. And I think you just need to just go back to just wipe everything. Nothing can stop you being together, and just continue with that.
Absolutely. I couldn't put it better myself because, yeah, you clearly have a lot of things that you believe are things that are going to stop you from getting your desire. So I think instead of tackling them all individually, I mean, you can if you want, but I think it would be better to just say, everything is working out for me. Nothing's going to stop me from getting what I desire, because you clearly do worry about a lot.
I think you have a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
And the more that you give them, like, it's like you're searching for the next one each time. And it's like, okay, so if I do this, then what if this happens? And then if I do this, then what if this happens? And rather than just being like, what if this happens? What if that? I think it's just just a straight up, no, I'm getting it. I am getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
There is nothing. There is no blockers. There's no what ifs. There's no buts. There's nothing. I am having it. That is mine.
Exactly. Dev says we are co-create. We are not co-creators. We are the creator. Exactly. And then Saloni says, so I've been affirming he doesn't believe in giving up. Yeah, that's a fine affirmation as well. But again, I would focus on what you want. Like, it's good for him to not believe in giving up, but you might as well just, the effort that you're putting into affirming that he doesn't believe in giving up, you might as well put towards everything goes amazingly for you, or like the end result. Chitra says you can get anything you want as long as you want it to be yours. Exactly. Dev says aham brahmasmi. It's Sanskrit term from Hinduism. It means we are God, I guess. In Sanskrit terms, I am God. Okay, I butchered that, but yeah, it's a term that says we are. I am God, basically. Marco says, so I've been manifesting for marriage commitment. When he initially reached out, he said he missed me and loves me. He also felt like he was stubborn, etc. But I started to feel I over communicated. So, telling him I love him too and missed him and how happy I was to hear this. But I started to feel like me over speaking made him uninterested, and he just felt like he knows I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, so that is an assumption that you created. If you started to think that what you were doing was causing these kind of problems, that's what causes those kind of problems. Because fear, unfortunately, manifests too, because it's a state that we embody. We're embodying the state of, I'm doing this and I'm going to lose them because of it. And if you embody the state well enough, you end up losing it, you know? I just got to see some quick. Okay. Paul Stone says, hello, everyone. I know you guys talked about subliminals, and what do you guys think about mind movies? Joe Dispenza's visualization technique as a technique for manifestation. I have never seen a single Joe Dispenza video, so I can't answer that right now. I can watch one and then give my answer in the next stream. If anybody else has watched one of those mind movies, if you could possibly give like a comment on it and see what your experience is, because I have no idea. I'll watch one and let you know in like the next stream or something. But yeah, I do not have a comment to make on that. I don't actually watch a lot of other people's content, to be honest. So
wait, did you miss one?
No, it's the one about the mind technique, and then Marco's one about.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
That's fine. Saloni says, yeah. So I meant when I affirm for Kamone name, I do get emails that there's new jobs there, so I apply and then I get rejected again. So I'm annoyed and don't want to apply. If I affirm the end that I got the job, it's still going to happen, right? Thank you guys. I just found you're amazing. Yeah. So like obviously I gave you a couple of examples earlier, but literally like it will happen if you keep living in the end. And the best way that you can live in the end to get something like that is to basically say, you incorporate your self-concept into it. Of course, they gave me this job because I am amazing. They saw my CV and they couldn't help but give me the job. Like, I'm the best employee that they have. You just really like feel into it. You big yourself up because your self-concept is the most important thing. Now you can incorporate self-concept into specific people, into like specific jobs and like yada, yada, yada. And that will help. Like if it was, I know I just gave you, this is a job thing, but if it's a specific person, of course they want to date me. I'm the most amazing person that they know. Stuff like that. You really big yourself up and then it puts you on the pedestal, which means your desire looks up to you and goes, we want that because you're the shit. So in this instance, for the job, apply and like keep affirming, I am amazing. So of course they're going to hire me. Like I'm so qualified for this job. They are lucky to have my attention. Like there's ample opportunity out there for career and stuff like that. And it's like the more that you big yourself up, the easier you'll find that it is to manifest your desires, because you're no longer looking at it as something you have to bring in. You're looking at it as something like
it's going to come to you.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking at it as you better come to me because look at me, I'm the shit.
I'm the best.
Yeah, and we get what we are. And if you are someone that thing better chase, you better believe that thing's going to chase you. So I think so. Alan says, can you make a video on long distance relationship? What exactly do you mean? Do you mean how to like manifest one? Do you mean how to navigate one? Because I'm not really a relationship coach, so I wouldn't really be able to give you advice on how to how to function in a long distance relationship. But do you mean on how to manifest one? Because just live in the end. But yeah, if you give me more, like I could potentially add it to the list if you give me more detail on what like it is that you want. But yeah.
Abanaya's back.
Hey. Hi Abinaya.
You went really quiet.
Yeah, for ages. She was deleting the spare account that she made. Saloni says, thank you guys, I just found you and you're amazing. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Abinaya says, hey, back. Howdy, howdy. It was kind of quiet without you, actually. Marco says, so then when I reached out with no intention, but after we spoke, we texted the next day, then he never responded back. I continued to ferment my mental diet. I just want to know what to do. Did we give you some advice on what to do? Okay, so I gave you my opinion on why I think that happened. So my advice for you on what to do: live in the end. Obviously, I know you guys are going to get sick of me saying this, but live in the end. Obviously, live in the end. Bigging yourself up to incorporate your self concepts. Of course, they want to talk to me because I'm the most amazing person they've ever met, or like our relationship is incredible. We both put 110% in. You basically just live in the end and build it all up. When you start to get movement, is when you get on it more. The reason being is too many people, when their person comes back, they immediately just fall back into the old patterns. They're like, okay, I got you back. I don't have to worry about building up my self-concept. I don't have to worry about living in the end and all that kind of stuff. There's always room for improvement. Not saying that you have to do affirmations day in and day out, but you do have to continue to see yourself as the person that brought them in. You do have to continue to see yourself as the best possible version that you can be. Because if you let yourself go back to the old story, you're going to get what the old story had. So when live in the end, build yourself up, build up the relationship, build up everything. But when they start to come in again, do not drop it. Continue to work on it until you have fully solidified that they are not going anywhere. That's my advice. Jules said, Paul Stones, I equate mind movies with daydreaming. Hope that helps. And Android says, yeah, I kind of want long distance 1, 2 if possible. I mean, I know circumstances don't matter, but I'll feel more specific. So yeah, if you could. Okay, so I'm assuming the question is she, can I make a video about how to manifest a long distance relationship? I'll add it to the list. I'll get around to it when I can. The only thing is as well, it's like my last video did terrible. So you guys better blow this next one up if I do about long distance, because it did awful. 96 views in 1 day and 2 hours. That's the worst video that I've had in very long time. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So why does it do that? Why does it jump? Oh, Natty J's here. I'll get around to them in a minute. How can I manifest my parents to buy a big house? My dad won't sell our apartment and I feel less than because all my relatives have mansions and my SP materialistic and judgy. How do we manifest 2 SPs? That was a big old jump. Went from houses to 2 people. So again, so in this instance, stop seeing your dad as someone that won't sell the house. You can either affirm that he sold the house, you could affirm that you live in this new place, you could affirm that you have all the materialistic things, but try to stop seeing your situation and your dad as the version of someone that won't sell the house, because that in itself is an affirmation and everything. And if you keep seeing him as like this stingy person or whatever it is that you're seeing him to say that he doesn't sell the house, is only going to keep him not selling the house. So change the way that you see him in that instance. See him as someone who is eager to sell the house, who has sold the house, so on and so forth. Live in the end of having this new place. You could do the I remember when technique. I remember when we still had the old house, but now we have this new house. You could do, you could have you telling your SP, oh, you know how like before I lived in that house? Well, now I live in this house. That kind of stuff. Just again, like everything, just live in the end of having the new place, live in the end of your dad selling the place, doing whatever it is that you need to do to get there, basically. And with 2 people, it's the same as manifesting 1 person, but twice with different people. I think when it comes to manifesting multiple people, is so much easier when you have a good self-concept. If you see yourself as the shit, the world around you sees you as the shit, and then people start just flooding in, and then you got to fight them up, left, right, and center. You see the salt in her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
I got a gold star.
I was like, hang on, stickers. Where's my sticker? But yeah.
I don't know if you remember what I'm referencing there.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I remember that
I
now.
got a gold star.
Oh.
Thanks, whatever your name was.
Oh, mate. Fucking joke. And Dion Tyler says, what kind of subliminal experiment are you doing? What are you actually supposed to do when the subliminal is playing? What did you do when the subliminals to manifest?
We are doing one specifically on business and money. So they are like either money or like
business success.
But the same, if you know what I mean. Like both of them are like money from business success giving you money. I think that's what they were called. Maybe. But what we are doing is literally just putting them on when we're in bed. I personally was affirming at the same time, but nothing specific, if this makes sense. So I sort of affirmed that the video would work, the one that I was watching. I also affirmed that I will receive money, but I didn't say I will make an Etsy sale, for example, which is what I was going for, which is what I got. But I didn't actually say that in my head. But yeah.
I just sit there blankly looking at the screen. I was just, because I remember when...
We also tried it in 2 different ways. So I think that it being on the screen was more successful. I don't know why.
Yeah, no,
because the other time I put it on my phone and then locked it so we couldn't see anything that was on the screen. And put it like under the pillow, and I think it worked when it was on the screen more.
Yeah, because that was when got like more money and paycheck and stuff. So it's basically just, if I don't know something, I'll say that I don't know, and I'll say that I'll learn or have a go and get back to you. And that is basically the experiment. Someone asked about subliminals in my opinion. I said I had no idea, so I said that I'd test them and come back with the results. And so far we have had results from them. I don't know why. I still don't know why there are results. I don't know what it is about the subliminal. Katie and I have the theory that it's because we believe that it will get us results. But yeah, subliminals, or at least the one that we've tried, has seemed to work for us. So yeah, that's the experiment really. Abonea says, back with another fever again. Yay. Oh no. Hope you get better. Samik Shah says, this guy is insanely in love with me. He is insanely in love with me. He absolutely is insanely 100%. In love with you. Abonea says, oh, also congrats for hitting so many views today. I don't know if you'd ignore this too, but just drop a bar. I don't actually, you're fun, Abonea. I only ignore you because you give me a hard time the whole time. I'm not actually going to ignore you. Why have I got a big mouse? When? Why did it? Well, my mouse is.
Oh, you shook it so much it went big. Yeah, that's how it works.
But no, Abonea, I never actually. I absolutely, huh? I hate you. Yeah, you're a lot of fun. I like you being in stream, Abonea. It's all jokes. Affiliate Jumpstart says, I like Robert Zink, but ever since finding Law of Assumption, I leaned more towards living in the end. Yeah, I have a lot more results with living in the end. And Robert Zink is an interesting character, to say the least. He's obviously part of the Law of Attraction lot, so I'm not the biggest fan of his work, but he was always fun. I always liked he's like, how do you explain what he's like? He's like, he's a cowboy. That's about the best way that I can describe it, is he's a cowboy. And it's fun. Antonio says, I personally discovered Law of Assumption through subliminals. Nowadays, when I use them as a placebo. I just listen once and let it go, and it manifests when I don't listen obsessively. Yeah, that's basically what we've been doing. And it, seems to have been working quite a lot. Matty J says, looking beautiful, Matthew. Thank you very much. Ash says, looking beautiful, Katie.
Thank you.
Saloni says, we did have a long distance relationship. I meant bridge of incidents for getting back after the breakup, and long distance. I guess I'll stop worrying about what I said to him in a fair marriage. Yeah, just go straight to the end. Anything that has been said or done before does not matter. Go straight to the end. Dwell in that. It'll all just flutter into place. Dev says, I'm going to manifest money to work with you because I think I am making it hard for myself. Maybe. Maybe. It's one of those things where, like, I've tried to keep it as cheap as possible so that people can, like, and anyone can come to me, but because I have to do it in my spare time, I obviously have to justify basically ignoring Katie for hours on end. It's for her that you've got to pay. If it was up to me,
it's gonna take me out to make up for it.
That's what we did today. We went to Nando's today, actually. Then that was actually, I literally said to her, like, 2 of the clients paid, and I was like, thank you for allowing me to take Katie out. Olaride says, yeah, I can survive another day. Olaride, can I just call you Olo? Will that be okay? If you're not okay with that, just put a comment. But I really struggle with talking on these streams, and it's really hard to say your name. If you're not okay with it, just put it. But for the moment, Olo says, what do you advise if you've been trying to manifest for months and it hasn't shown up, but you're tired that you even forget about it? Okay, so we need to distinguish the difference between trying to manifest and experiencing the thing. If you are like, I'm going to affirm today to get my specific person, your overall state that you are dominantly in is, if I don't do this, I don't get this, or I must do this in order to get this, which then means that you're coming at it from the wrong angle, which is quite a common mistake to make, which is absolutely fine. Some things do take longer to manifest than other things. So that's another reason to not worry so much about time. If you're tired, take a break. Taking a break is not quitting. If you take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month off of affirming your thing, because circumstances don't matter, you will be no further behind than if you were to continue. But taking the break might be what you need in order to come at it with a fresh perspective, new motivation, new state of mind. In that time, focus on yourself. But overall, the advice is always going to be the same of continue to live in the end. Stop looking for it and stop trying to manifest it. Just enjoy the experience by living in the end. Enjoy the feeling that you give to yourself when you're like, okay, I am doing this I am doing this because I like the idea of experiencing it internally, not to make it, come out. But yeah, so that is my advice. Obviously, you're in the Discord group chat, so if you ever need any, like, you guys can message in that chat as much as you need. So if you ever need a pick me up throughout the day, just literally message, like, I'm feeling like this, any advice or whatever. Like, I will obviously help you along the way. But yeah, so that is my advice, is to stop trying. If you need to, take a break and stop looking for evidence that it is or isn't happening, because looking for evidence is saying that you don't have it. Matt Schwartz says, Matt, are you planning on doing a states video? Yes, I am, actually, this week. I think it's marked down to be the Tuesday or maybe the Thursday. I can't remember, but it's on my plan to plan it out, record it and edit it this week. So the states video should be this week. So that's cool. Dev says, take a break. Matt Schwartz says, what do you think about the method that you write, I have the perfect self-concept, and then list everything you want at the end? Again, write, I have the perfect self-concept. Yeah, absolutely. If writing, I have the perfect self-concept, and then like allowing it to like, and then writing what it is that implies that you have that, is still like writing from the end of having the perfect self-concept. So absolutely, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna read the last of these messages, but if we can we have no more questions for now, because I have another coaching client in 12 minutes, and I've accidentally just dropped all the way to the bottom, and I realized that I have a shit ton of like comments to get through. So for the moment, can we stop writing comments just until I at least catch up? If you've got a burning question, when this live stream gets posted, post it there and I'll answer it there if I don't get around to it today. But I do need to come off in a minute because I have the coaching client. But I'm just going to finish off these comments for now. Matt Schwartz also says, and from then on, you just affirm I have a perfect self-concept because all the other affirmations are tied in. Yeah, I mean, give it a go. It's one of those things that if it works for you, give it a go, see how it goes. If it works for you, give it a go, see how it goes. Give it a go, see how it goes.
I think if you think it's going to work, it'll work.
Yeah, that too. So I definitely think it's worth a shot.
But if you're doubting it, then don't do it because it won't work.
Dion Tyler says, let me make this in short for viewers. Abraham Hicks and Joe Dispensers will take you on a long roller coaster of scientific words and limiting beliefs, giving you thousands of techniques to manifest. They will have you overcomplicating and overwhelming yourself to stress you. Don't listen to Abraham Hicks nor Joe Dispenser. Yeah, listen to me. Dev's like, I hate Joe. Jesus, I've got such a hateful community. I love it. We love each other and hate everyone else. If you've come through that back door, then you're in.
Because we're Scorpios.
We're not doing the star signs today. We're not doing that today. C. Giles says, do you think we live in a simulation? I think we live in a place where I think we live in multiple realities. And I think there is the potential that we do live in a simulation within each reality. I think each reality is basically the same as a save point. But I don't know. I'm just some fucking kid from the UK. Matt Schwartz says, Joe Dispenser is so boring. He talks for an hour in podcast without even saying something. You get your desire way faster with Matthew's approach, or LOA in general. This guy. See, Matt Schwartz get it. I like Matt Schwartz. But yeah, we're gonna drop a diss track on all the other coaches soon. It's gonna be awful, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna have like all of these comments. I'm gonna merge them in. Dev says thoughts create, not emotions. Absolutely. CJL says, yeah, Joe Dispenza is confusing. He is indeed. And he's old. Saloni says,
you're gonna start a fight.
I know. To be fair, I'll blow my channel out. If I start beefing with Joe Dispenza, he's got like something ridiculous in subscribers, so that I'd end up blowing up. And because obviously clearly people like me, it'll just blow up on him. It'll be like MGK when he started on Eminem and it just backfired on him. So then he says, Anand, I manifest long distance. You just affirm you have a date night every Saturday and that you're constantly spending time together. That's nice. That's a nice little like affirmation. Dion Tyler says they'll have you doing 50 things by morning, 70 things during the day. In other words, it's your mind, dominant assumptions and beliefs that manifest. And regardless of any circumstances, you can have any. I'm assuming that's anything, and they just cut off. Exactly. So
I feel like I'm gonna have to watch these just to know what we're all talking about. I don't know who any of these people are.
Joe Dispenza is just. I mean, he's just Joe Dispenza, isn't it?
Is that his actual surname?
I don't know.
Did he choose that one? I had a geography teacher that changed his surname to West because he thought it would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, weirdo.
I know, right?
But yeah, absolutely. Your thoughts and assumptions create. And Roy says, thanks to Saloni. Saloni says, you're welcome. I learned from Sammy Ingram. Sammy Ingram, I don't mind. She's all right. I don't like the way she speaks.
Can you stop insulting everyone?
No, I like Sammy Ingram's content, but she is so far up her own arse. She could lick the inside of her nipple. It's ridiculous. She talks like she owns the world. I mean, she does. She has got 100. I mean, in her own, yeah, fair enough. You got me there. But she has got 100 times the amount of subscribers that I have. So I suppose she can shift on me 100 times more than I can do anything to her. But I'm coming, bitch. Matt Schwartz says, long distance circumstances don't matter. Exactly. Neville said, if it's one person or the whole universe, exactly. If it's one person or the whole universe, they will move so that you get your manifestation. Exactly. It's law. And Anne said, I mean, yes. And then also said, I mean, yeah, that's what I said in the message. Dion Tyler says, Matt Schwartz, he might know about manifesting to a degree of his beliefs, but he is too boring and overcomplicated, explaining manifesting to sound intelligent with the universe mess. Yeah. I mean, he's old, so they always over-explain everything.
When you started insulting everyone.
Huh? That's fine. That's fine. I mean, the stream's supposed to come to an end anyway.
Oh yeah, they might have left actually because there's no more comments.
Yeah. And then Roy says, but yeah, so thank you. And then Roy said, hey guys, would you all like to have an Instagram chat group? That's interesting. Or you could just join the Discord. Then you could all talk there. Matt Schwartz says he's a salesman about Joe Dispenza. He sells 5K weekend retreats. Oh my God. And then Dion Tyler says, Matt, can you give 2 examples on how to ignore 3D of why does it jump? I hate when it jumps. On how to ignore 3D of manifesting something not happening how you want. And I need to read that again because I butchered that. Matt, can you give 2 examples on how to ignore 3D of manifesting something not happening how you want, and SP doing the opposite of what you want? Can you explain with a mental diet? Did you say anything else? Okay, so I have done a video on like why things might manifest the opposite way. So from my assumptions, my beliefs and stuff is that old thoughts and things sometimes need to purge out. I know for the Naya fans in here, she doesn't believe the purge exists. That's fine. Neville did. Sammy does. I do. Manifesting with Kimberly does. There's enough people out there to at least contribute to its validity. But in my opinion, the purge is basically a standpoint where old thoughts, old subconscious, old thingies need to play out in order to manifest. I don't believe this happens all the time. I only believe this happens with stuff that you have really you have a lot of story holding with. And when you start to play it out, your subconscious mind is like, well, are you sure? Because look at all of this stuff that we hold in. But sorry, I saw a comment and I distracted myself. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I think sometimes the old thoughts can play out. The other thing is potentially you may be doing affirmations and stuff, but when you have negative thoughts, you're assigning a lot more meaning to those than the affirmations and stuff. You are basically acknowledging that is your current reality a lot more than you are the affirmations that you're trying to create as your new reality, because obviously it's where we dominantly lie. And if you are able to embody the state of something that you don't want much easier than you're able to embody the state of something you do want, you're obviously going to struggle. So that's my reason on why you might get the opposites. And obviously that's with the mental diet stuff. So in my opinion, in those instances, it's just a case of accepting the 3D and move on. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't think you should ignore the 3D. I think you should accept it as these are just old thoughts playing out, but this, and then whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, is my new reality, and you live from that. I don't really have two examples because I think that is the healthiest and best way to navigate the 3D circumstances, is to just look at them, see them for what they are, see them for old thoughts playing out, and then let it go, move on, and go on to the next, your desire as if it's already happened. Chitra says Matt Robert Zink is the one from. Oh, okay. Well, I watched him like years ago. I think I don't know what I watched him, what his name was back then, but I didn't realize that he changed his name. If he even did change his name, or maybe I'm just misremembering. But yeah, I know who Robert Zink is. That must mean I've watched something from Law of Attraction Solutions, but I can't remember what the question was. But I have to rush through these now because I got to go in a minute. Random Name says the one thing that bothers me about subliminals is like the benefits, but dislike the music. The subliminal has. Oh yeah, sometimes music can suck. The one that we found was quite good though. But yeah, it's just about finding one that's nice. Dion Tyler says, "Okay, Abraham Hicks talks like Matt. You have tattoos in the vortex. The live stream is the frequency of your vibration of the channel you're tuning in. Get to hyperloop field. Yeah, basically
It's W.
The way that I struggled to read that is exactly the way that it sounds." Matt says, agreed. Some of the music choices are weird for subliminal songs. Like there are some involving bringing an ex back, and the song over the subliminal would be a breakup song. That sounds ridiculous. Dion Tyler says, Matt, am I lying? No, you're not. That is exactly how it is. Chitra Roy says, there are some subliminal music, listening to them, I totally used to forget what I was listening it for. Yeah, basically the music can really throw you off. Phil McCracken says, we live in a society. All right, Joker. You can get a reference, like. We live in a society. Never mind. Might not even be the Joker. I might have completely butchered that. Random Name says, honestly, I'd rather listen to music that gets me in the mood of having my desire and affirm as I listen to it. Absolutely. Phil McCracken laughed, and I'm assuming that's like my the we live in a society thing. I don't think that's a Joker actually, now that I think about it. Sliders Fox says, I think I realized after listening to you that I manifested contact instead of my SP back fully. How should I change my affirmations to reach the next step? I am in a loving, passionate, committed relationship with blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah sees me as the most amazing partner they've ever had and ever will have. My relationship with so-and-so is healthy. I love being with this person. This person loves being with me. Just those kind of things. It's just basically whatever you want whatever you would tell someone about your relationship is what your affirmation would be. Chitra says, Katie is here to remind Matt what he said earlier and save him from getting in troubles.
Yes.
What did I say earlier and got myself in trouble?
You didn't get yourself in trouble because I stopped it each time, but I remind you every time. You're like, I don't know what I said, but, and I'm like, you said this. And,
oh, I see. Yeah.
That's my job. That's what I do.
Deanna says, so Matt, your manifesting is working. You want to end the live. We're having fun and your manifestation is working. Grab your pets and let's go, lol. Yeah, I know. I got to go. Random Name says, my biggest example of ignoring the 3D for me personally, one of my friends caught my SP and his friends doing the bro talk about girls and thought he was straight. Then I kept persisting, dropped all sexuality labels and focused on him liking only me. Then I found out later he's bi. Oh, that's cool. Well done. I'm glad that you noticed like where you needed to adjust. That's always good for me to see. I want to read this Dion Tyler one. I'll confuse myself. So Matt, your manifesting is working and you want to end the live. We're having fun and your manifesting is working. Grab your Pepsi and let's go. Though. I can't. I've got a coaching client. I wish I could actually. I've really enjoyed this live. The first half was a bit iffy, but I have really enjoyed this.
It has been really, really fun.
Yeah. Rose Purple says, hi, I just wanted to ask, how many affirmations do you recommend to stick with for one topic? I am new in this and I am manifesting SP. What would you recommend for start to affirm for him if we are in no contact? Live in the end is obviously immediately the go-to. I'd say maybe 5 affirmations. You can have as many as you want, but I think 5 is good. 5 that really do well for you. 5 that you find to be really potent and good. Go with those 5 and just repeat them whenever you feel good, because then you'll assign the meaning of feeling good to affirming for your person, which will help you stay motivated to do so. But also, whenever you think of your person, so that whenever you think of them, you are dominantly saying, I have this person, and that is a dominant thing, and you'll embody the state more. So pick 5 really good affirmations that imply that you have your person, and yeah, go with them. Phil McCracken says it is Joker. Haha. I knew it was. Slides of Fox says, thank you, much appreciated. And Android says, I can already see this channel blowing up due to upcoming controversy. I know, I'm well excited for it. Anyway, guys, I have a coaching client right now, so I have to head off. So thank you everyone for showing up, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Oh, good end.